Hello, my name is Youssef Mrini. I'm a solution architect at Databricks. I joined the company 2 years ago. In this session, I will give an overview of the Lakehouse for BI and how the best data warehouse is Lakehouse, and then I will show a demo. But first, let's introduce quickly Databricks. Databricks is the inventor and pioneer of the data lakehouse. They popularized the concept of a lakehouse, which combines the best of data warehouses and data lakes. Databricks has been recognized as a Gartner-recognized leader in both database management systems and data science and machine learning platforms. This recognition demonstrates Databricks' leadership in providing a comprehensive cloud-based data platform that enables organizations to unify analytics, data science, and machine learning workloads, with a focus on scalability, performance, and ease of use. Databricks is helping organizations across industries to accelerate their data-driven digital transformation. And Databricks is also the creator of highly successful OSS data projects such as Delta Lake, Apache Spark, and MLflow. And in the last couple of years, we noticed that every org is thinking about how to become more data forward. But why do you want to become data forward? More than ever, leaders want to leverage data, analytics, and AI to transform every aspect of the business. For customer engagement, you can bring relevance and hyper-personalization to every touch point. For workforce experience, unlocking productivity through automation, self-service, and access to real-time insights. And for business operation, optimizing efficiency, both internally and across partner ecosystems and supply chains to maximize profitability. Everyone understands this potential and the urgency behind the data-driven transformation. And to deliver this project, teams have historically been working as silos. Each team is being in charge of one of technical assets. One team is working on the ingestion, the other one on the building dashboards. This creates silos, duplicates work, limits innovation, and slows down initiative and creates risks if data becomes inconsistent across activities. We've seen the market evolving from this silo team operating vertically on their own domain of expertise to what we call data product team, working together to drive a business use case and deliver value faster. Now, let's introduce the Databricks Lakehouse platform. The Lakehouse platform greatly simplifies data architecture by combining the data management and performance typically found in data warehouses with the low-cost, flexible object stores offered by data lakes. It's built on open source and open standards to maximize flexibility and lets you store all your data, structured, semi-structured, and unstructured, in your existing data lake while still getting the data quality, performance, security, and all governance you'd expect from a data warehouse. Data only needs to exist once, support all of your data, AI, and BI workloads on one common platform, establishing one source of truth. And finally, the Lakehouse platform provides tailored collaborative experience so data engineers, data scientists, and data analysts can work together on one common platform across the entire data lifecycle, from ingestion to consumption and serving data products, and of course, innovate faster. Let's look at how, with the right data structure and data management capabilities in place, we can deliver data warehouse and analytics capabilities on your Lakehouse. And that's where Databricks SQL comes in. DB-SQL, or Databricks SQL, is a serverless data warehouse on the Lakehouse platform that lets you run all your SQL and BI applications at scale with up to 12 times better price performance with a unified governance model, open formats and APIs, and of course, tool of your choice with no locking. So for the best price performance, we lower costs, get world-class performance, and eliminate the need to manage, configure, or scale cloud infrastructure with serverless. For the governance, we're establishing one single copy for all your data using open standards and one unified governance layer across all data teams using standard SQL. We have a very rich ecosystem You can use SQL and any tool like Photon, DBT, Power BI, or Tableau, along with Databricks to ingest, transform, and query all your data in place. And last but not least, a unified SQL experience. We have a fully integrated SQL experience from ETL to analytics and ML, enables every analyst to easily access the most complete and freshest data and uncover new insights. And in fact, DB SQL now holds the new record in 100 terabyte TPC-DS, the gold standard performance benchmark for data warehousing. And it all starts with your data stored on your data lake with an open format. And here we're talking about Delta. This data is governed by Unity catalog, and then you can run your orchestration with Databricks workflows. And of course, all this data can be accessed by data engineers, ML engineers, data scientists, and business analysts when it comes to Databricks SQL. And of course, we have perks of using DB SQL, as I have mentioned. So it's simple, powerful data warehouse. SQL Warehouse has instant start with serverless. We have built-in queries, dashboards, and alerts, and you can plug any external BI tool as mentioned, like Power BI, Tableau, and so on. And we have also one central catalog and a governance layer. So Delta Lake is the foundation for an open and secure data sharing and governance on the Lakehouse. It underpins the Databricks Unity catalog, which provides fine-grained governance across clouds, data, and ML assets. Among the benefits of the Unity catalog, it allows you to discover, audit, and govern data assets in one place with a user-friendly interface, data lineage, role-based security policies, table or column level tags, and central auditing capabilities, which makes it easy for data stewards to discover, govern, and manage data. You can also grant and manage permissions using SQL. So Unity Catalog brings fine-grained centralized governance to data assets across clouds through the open standard SQL. And then finally, centrally manage and audit shared data across organizations. And during the last Data and AI Summit, we announced so many new features, including streaming table, which is a special type of table for ingestion and processing streaming data on the Lakehouse. You can use them to support real-time analytics, machine learning, and operational use cases requiring streaming data, more efficiently process high volumes of data incrementally versus in batches, and enable all your data practitioners, not just data streaming experts, with a simple SQL syntax to ingest data continuously, arriving in a cloud storage and message queues. And the second feature is are materialized views, which are a special type of views that pre-computes and store the results of SQL query and automatically keeps them fresh over time. You can use them to accelerate BI dashboards because it's much faster to query data that's pre-compute versus querying the massive data volumes in a base tables. Reduce data processing costs because they are fresh incrementally, which avoids the need to build or rebuild the view when new data arrives, which lowering overall the compute resources. And then improving data access controls by more tightly governing who can see the underlying base table. Materialized views and streaming tables can be used together to create a full data pipelines. Enabled by Project Enzyme, you can process data incrementally across the entire pipeline, unlocking many real-time use cases. And the SQL Warehouse are powered by the Photon engine, which is the next generation query engine that has been rewritten in C++ and leveraging vectorized CPU primitives, which brings 3 to 8 times faster interactive workloads, lowering the cost with a 30% average TCO saving. And as I mentioned, Databricks Lakehouse provides the best TCO because you have one single platform working together, not having to stitch multiple system orchestration, ML, ETL, BI, etc. And this helps you reduce your operational cost, of course. And the Lakehouse is not, let's say, also more than a technical platform offering the best performance because it's covered your data projects from end to end. It provides a complete framework to onboard and build your data projects with the best data practices. The Lakehouse is declarative, starts with your business objective, and the platform will automatically align to execute towards this goal, not the other way around. Don't learn by failing. Leverage best practices to build and deliver your project. Over the long term, this will ensure successful execution have the greater impact. Not only your operational cost goes down, but your projects are delivered faster and successfully, bringing higher value and revenue sooner. And now let's move to the platform.
We will start first by having a look at the Data Explorer, and then we'll focus on the SQL section, which is dedicated to Databricks or data analysts. Let's have a look at the Data Explorer. As you can see over here, you have a list of catalogs. You can look at them. You can also browse. For example, in my case, I will look for global sales. Once I click on global sales, you will see the owner of this catalog. You can add some tags to simplify the search of catalogs while using the search bar. You can add some comments to explain what's the role of this catalog to help to your team. It's like building your documentation inside Databricks. You can view all the different catalogs or schemas you have there. You can get some details, when it was created, the metastore ID. You can also, of course, grant permissions for groups or users, whether it's like a use catalog, use schema, execute a function, and so on. They can also, of course, access the database, and you'll have the same thing. You can add some tags, comments, and you will also view the models linked to the specific database. You can view the different functions you have built in, and of course, as usual, the functions, details, and of course, the permissions, and then you'll be able to view all the different tables you have there. Let's select one single table, maybe this daily sales. So you'll be able to view the different columns. Again, you can add some comments, some tags. You can view a sample of this specific table. You can view details, whether this table, what's the type of this specific table. As you can see over here, this one is a materialized views. You can see permissions, lineage, if it's the case. So you see over here that we have used orders ST to create daily sales. Of course, you can click over here on the lineage. You'll see which notebook is referenced, which table has been used to create this specific materialized views. You can see everything. You can see in which pipeline this table is called. You can see that it's called on this specific pipeline. I have some volumes linked to it, and you can also see that I have two queries linked to this specific table. So we'll have really the big picture about everything, and it will help you quickly debug the issue you have over there. And of course, you can ingest data easily and quickly in Databricks SQL using our large variety of partners through, of course, Partner Connect. So for data ingestion, you have Fivetran, Arsion, Hevo, Rivery. For example, you can get started quickly with Fivetran. You just need to select the SQL warehouse, which is the power compute you will use to ingest the specific data. You will select the catalog, which means where we're going to send this data. And then once you click on Next, you will be pop up to insert your Fivetran credentials and start getting the data from other partners, for example, from Salesforce and so on. And of course, you have several other categories. You have BI and visualization, which means you can, for example, use SQL warehouses to get access to your tables using Power BI to build your dashboard. But not only Power BI, but you have Tableau, Hex, Preset, Click, Sigma, TabSpot, and you add other partners handling machine learning, security, data governance, and reverse ETL, and so on. And of course, you can also ingest data manually if you want, let's say, by, for example, uploading your CSV, your GSM, but you can also use the different native integration we have, whether you're using GCP, AWS, but also Azure. And of course, the UI is very easy to use. Just need to go, for example, select this specific CSV, and then you just need to select in which catalog you want to send your data. Select, of course, the database and the name of the table, and then you can create this table. And of course, you will need to have a SQL warehouse on to be able to upload your data to your data lake. And the third option, and that's the one we show you, is creating your tables using SQL command. But first, let's have a look at the SQL warehouses. So the SQL warehouses are the power compute that you can use to run your queries and so on. And it's very easy to get started. Just need to go select, for example, we're gonna call it Yusuf. Okay, just USFM, and then choosing the size of the SQL warehouse is as easier as you can see, just like choosing cluster size. So you can see that X small, small, medium, large, like choosing, as I mentioned, a t-shirt size. In my case, I'm gonna choose X large. Of course, whether you need to specify for how long this SQL warehouse will be on after it's turned off, if it's not used, for example, for 10 minutes, 5 minutes, and the auto or the scaling in case you have multiple data analysts using the same SQL warehouse, of course, to handle concurrency. And of course, we have different types: serverless, pro, and classic. And of course, we do recommend to use serverless to reduce the total cost of ownership. Of course, and you can see the SQL warehouse starts almost instantly. So this one is on. You have over here the connection details in order to use those details to link them either to connect your data lake with Power BI, Tableau, and you can also see over here the monitoring to make sure that to see the use or to track the usage of your SQL warehouse. And now let's go to the SQL editor. So once you're here, so I already created the queries over here, but you can just click here, create a new query, and then you will be able, for example, to select, as you can see, have the auto completion, select star from, and then just need to go here, for example, sales, global sales, Europe, okay, and then I'll be able, for example, to query my first to run my first SQL query. Of course, you'll see the result instantly. So I have a bunch of, and of course, if you click on this plus, you will be able to build visualization within this specific query. So you have a bunch of types: line, bar, area, pie, histogram, heat map, scatter, bubble, box, combo. So it's really a bunch of visualization that you can build. And of course, it will be saved. So it's scarred. And of course, you can make sure to rename your specific query. For example, just make sure to save it first query. Just need then to save it, and it'll be good to go. So over here, I will just select my SQL warehouse. And then the first thing I will do over here is running my first query. The purpose is to create a catalog called sales Yusuf. Inside this catalog, I will create a database called TPH, and then I will create my first delta table. And this table, and after creating this table, I will insert data using this specific path to get, for example, orders data. I'm just specifying I'm going to ingest a CSV file. I don't have any header, so I will infer the schema, and that's the delimiter. So you can see that over here I have my first table. Of course, I will do the same thing for to create orders table, line item, and of course create the customer bronze table, and all those tables will be used, of course, to do some joins and populate and get data in order to build the dashboard. And of course, since I already created my catalog sales, I can just come here and say sales Youssef GPH, and you see I have my tables over here. So the orders has already been created and populated. The line item is under creation, and the customer table bronze again. Of course, while so you see that the customer bronze table has already been created, and I did run. And of course, if you want, you can, like, you have some number of affected rows, inserted rows, some statistics that are generated for you. And and of course, something very, very important, you have something called query history over here. So let's open for query history, show you how this query history is very, very useful. So over here, you will see all the queries that was run on your environment. Of course, you can select by user. So I will select by user Youssef. And you can select also if you want the SQL warehouse. So for my case, I'm gonna select Youssef M, which is my SQL warehouse. And you see over here, you can see the different queries I did run, and you can see for how long I did run, when. Of course, you can also filter by status, queued, running, finished, see, for example, to have those kind of details. Of course, if I go to this one, you will see the query profiler to give you some statistics. And this one will help you, for example, to debug your queries to make sure to make them optimized. Here you can see the execution plan. We have scan, row to columnar, filter. Of course, you can see this by time span, by rows, by peak of memory, and you'll have different views. You can use graph view, but also the tree view can also copy those results to share them with other teams in order to help you debug your issue. And of course, yeah, and that's pretty much everything about the query history. At the same time, let's go. Yeah, so you see now everything has been created for me, so even the line item. So now I will keep going. I will be building some KPIs. So I will I will create a new table called customer silver, and within this table I will select this specific table will be filled with data coming from the customer brands. And I will select only a few columns, and I will remove I will get rid of all the data where the customer key is null, and of course where the nation key is different from 21. And here you see I have a distinct custom key. So what I will do, I'll just click on plus over here, visualization, and what I will do, I'll just create, let's say, my first chart counter. I'll call it number of customers. And I can also rename the name of rename this chart and call it number of customers. I just need to save it over here. And you see I've created my first visualization that I can bring later into my specific dashboard, but you can also download this result as a CSV, TSV, Excel. You can preview, you can add it to a dashboard from here, but you can also do it from another UI. You can use mine. In second step, I will also build another silver table. So it's called order silver. I will just make sure to get only data where the order key is not null and where the order date is higher than the specific date. And I will also select again the distinct orders with the customer did order. So again, I will just go to counter number of orders, call it here orders. Okay, I can save it again, and I can also create a line item silver table. Again, I will select only few columns, and of course I will get rid of everything where the order key is not null and just shipment date, and everything I did over here will help me to build my table discounts, where I will be joining two tables together, order silver and line item silver. And I will create a new column called discount. So if the discount is higher than this value, then it's discounted, else it won't be discounted. So let's just run the select star from this specific table. To get the results, see how the new table looks like. And at the same time, I will show you the lineage that would have been populated for me. So I have this specific result, so I can just go here, click on visualization. I can build a pie chart called discounts. Okay, and you see over here, like number, for example, number of discounted, for example, orders. I can, if I want, I can choose the color. I don't know, let's make it green. We'll save this. I will save, of course, I will save my query. Keep it on discounts. Let's make sure to save everything, of course. Yeah, I forgot to order silver. This is very important. Okay, everything has been saved. So first, let's go to the Data Explorer. I will show you the lineage. Sales Yusuf, sales Yusuf, TCH, and then discounts. Okay, really, and then lineage. Okay, so we see over here we have order silver and line item silver was used to create this discount. If I click on the plus, you will see my bronze table, which is order bronze, TPS silver orders. So you have those kind of details. And of course, my apologies. I will click over here. So if I can see tables and I see the query, so you see the query discounts that I did run to get the number of discounted results, the number of discounted orders. And now that I built those specific queries and some charts, I can now go and build my first dashboard. So create a dashboard. Let's call it sales dashboard. Save it over here. Of course, I will require a SQL warehouse. And then I can start, for example, I can add text, sales dashboard. Of course, you have several markdowns that you can use to make your dashboard, say, build a better dashboard. For visualization now, you just need to go and add, let's say, the name of your query. So over here I have two options. I can either select the chart, the little chart I've built, or I can display the results of the table. So in my case, I will choose the chart I've built. I will also bring another visualization. I think it's the number of I think it's orders. Yeah, this silver order silver. Yeah, again, I have this counter that I have over here. Of course, I can add. I think I did choose the wrong query, if I'm not mistaken, because I did build several queries over here. That's not a big deal. Yeah, okay, it's over here. Of course, you can build as many charts as you want. You can select them where to push them. You can edit the query, edit the visualization to make sure it's not displaying the wrong thing. So for example, here I'll just call discounts instead of having the for example, the discounts. I can order everything and then done. And here I have several options. I can either specify like the interval for the refresh. For example, you can refresh every hour, every 2 hours, since the data is still coming. I can add some subscribers to receive this to receive this dashboard and also track it. And that's not everything. So I'll go back to the SQL editor, and now I want to show you new features that we have added recently. The first one are the streaming table, the one I have introduced, and materialized views. So for my case, what I will do, I will just call my specific cells user, which is my specific catalog, GPCH. Let's make sure that I'm getting the GPCH, So now what I will do first, I'll just go to the Data Explorer. I will go to cells Yusuf. I'll go to GPCH, and I will create what we call volume data. I will simulate that we have, let's say, some streaming that I have a streaming data coming from sorry, close the browser, coming from from a system. Just okay, it's orders, yeah. Okay, I will upload it to my specific to the specific path called orders. I will just copy this specific link, and now I can ingest streaming data inside Databricks SQL, and it will handle what we call the incremental data. So the first thing, as you mentioned, as you see, I'll be ingesting data that I push here. So let's suppose you get everyday CSV files there, so you can ingest them through the streaming table, and the data will be pushed to this order ST. So I can run this specific query, which will ingest, as I mentioned, the data. And then, of course, whenever you get new data, it will be incremental, unless you want to have a full refresh, and it can be done easily just by adding this command, refresh streaming table, and you add a command there. And of course, that the first thing I will do is creating this streaming table to ingest data from this specific data set. And then I will create on the top of this specific apologies, top of this specific streaming, I will get the data from my materialized view that I'll be also creating now. So first, let me just show you this. Let me just query this table, select star from order ST. Let's go with this one. So you can see over here the data we do have. So it's the amount, the ID of transaction item count. So you see how the data looks like. So what I will do, I will just paste this code. So create materialized view, call cells USEF GPCH daily sales as, and I will be getting the data from my my streaming table. And then, of course, I can grant access to other users to access this materialized view to avoid each time having this full compute. So now I can just select start from, and I can get the results I have over here. Okay, I will just run this query to show you how this this table looks like. So you see the number, transaction count, and the total amount of transactions we have per day. So that was everything I wanted to present. The last thing I wanted to mention is, if you want to have advanced trainings on Databricks, make sure to use the Databricks Academy. Just go to databricks.com/learn/training/home. Thank you.